Good morning. Welcome again. Let's start. Always, a very similar way. It's not only to start connecting with the breath, but also so the mind gets into that process a little bit quicker. When we know what we're doing, then the mind gets into that state a little bit quicker, hopefully. So roll the shoulders back and down. If you move the neck, be very gentle, always with the neck, always support with the upper body. Okay, rather than have the shoulders relax, if you go to the side, then they need to be active and then very slowly. And if you bring it to one side, then you bring it to the other. And if you do a circle, then just half circle one way and to the other way. And going back in cold, I wouldn't advise. So once we warmed up, then you can do it, but just forward. Okay, so from there, relax the spine, the shoulders, and close your eyes. Bring the gaze up, and a deep breath in and out. And another deep breath. Relaxing the jaw. Feeling that expansion in between the eyebrows, if you can, as you raise the gaze. And remember, if at any point that doesn't feel comfortable or you don't seem to relax or there is already a little bit of tension, then bring the gaze to the tip of your nose instead. Try not to bring it lower than that. It seems like the mind gets more active if it gets lower than that point. And we want to have full awareness on that breathing. See if you can lengthen the spine a little bit more. But then also feel that softening on the spine, on the abdomen. So we can start with our abdominal breathing, expanding as we inhale and contracting as we exhale. Inhale, exhale. And finding your own rhythm that feels comfortable for you in this moment. There's no right or wrong, as long as we're trying our best. And as long as we are every now and then checking how the body feels, whether we can improve the posture a little bit more, whether we can lengthen the breath and feel comfortable. And each moment, each day might feel different, and that's okay. Good, and then with the next inhalation, bring the palms together at the level of the heart. We lower the wrist just slightly so we can press the palms together, engaging with the arms, the shoulders, the chest. Inhale and exhale. Feeling your heart center, connecting with your love, with your compassion, starting your gratitude practice and choosing your two things at this moment just before the asana practice. And then set your intentions for this practice. And your intentions for the day. Inhaling and raise the arms up and arch the spine, the chest is slightly forward. Be gentle with the neck. And next exhalation, lowering the arms all the way down Rest them on your lap. Deep breath. And with a few blinks, open your eyes. Namaste. So we're going to cross the legs on the other way. And before we start the flow, I want to see, mainly for next week, to see what we're doing. So I want to see this. Remember these exercises that we did with the hands, with the wrists, to see the flexibility, how it's going. So the first thing is you sit in any comfortable position, whether it's with a block, with a cushion, with the legs crossed to the sides, whatever it is. But the spine is straight, and then bring the palms together, pressing gently, and then bring them away from you, shoulder width apart. So when we pull, then we can round the spine and feel that lengthen. And then bring the chin to the chest, but we're not pulling, we're just allowing. And because the arms are active, pulling, then also the upper back is active. And the neck is supported, is safe. Good, and then inhaling, bring the arms all the way up and arch the spine. Good, and then exhaling and lowering down. Good, and now we bring them forward. Spine straight. Good, and then inhaling, bring the fingers up and try to imagine that you're pushing with the wrist. So opposite to what we do when we've got the weight on. Yeah, just lock the elbows and try to push as much as possible. And imagine that you have a wall here on your wrists and that you don't want to touch with your fingers. So the fingers come back as much as possible. Do you feel pain here on the top of the hand? Tension a little bit? But then if you don't feel it, then the fingers need to come a little bit more towards you until you feel that tension. That's what the tension that we're looking for. And then bring them down. Good. And as we bring them down, then we try to reach as much as possible to the back, but without curving and rounding the fingers. Just try to find that stretch on the top of the arm and also lower it down. Good. And then inhale and bring them up. Good. And then bring them to the sides. Come to the sides. And then as we bring them to the side, then bring the fingers down. Try to bring them as parallel as possible. Inhale and bring them up. And exhale and bring them facing each other. Good. Inhaling. Exhaling. Keep pushing with the wrists. Inhaling. And then exhaling, facing to each other. Good. And then release. Do you feel the work on the arms and the shoulders as well? Good. So inhaling, bring the arms up. And exhaling, lowering down. Good. And then shake. So now, try to remember the way that it felt. Anyway, we're going to do it again. But what I want you to do now is with the arms straightened, actively. So the fingers are going to be straightened. It's not about bending and bring it back. So push more towards the base of the spine so we can go towards that slightly discomfort on the top of the hands. Yeah. And the wrist is pushing away from you. See if you feel it. And then see if you can notice where else you feel it, whether it's the shoulder, the arm, the back muscles. Good, and then the other way. On the top of the hand. Good, and then the other one. Inhale and push. Exhale. With the elbow locked. Good. And then the other way. Pushing on the top of the hand. There. Good. And now release and shake. Very good. So now we're going to do this one, yeah? As we inhale, we compress, we tighten as much as we can, and then exhale, let go. But active inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Imagine that you have something really sticky on your fingers, so you want to just, just spit it out. Yeah, inhale, exhale. There, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good, and then just shake. Was that okay? Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to stretch the legs. Bounce and shake and move your toes. Good, and then from there, straight away on our tabletop. So similar to what we did yesterday in the morning, we're going to do the plank pose, but this time we're not going to be holding so much. So you need to be aware that when we are in the plank pose, because we're going to be moving the legs out and in, then there's going to be a little bit more weight on the hands. So you always need to have the weight on the sides a little bit more, side of the pinky fingers, the fingertips active, the shoulders relaxed, and the spine is strong. The back muscles strong. The core, okay. And then inhaling, stretch one leg out and keep the hips square. Good, and then bring the leg up parallel to the floor with the toes pointing. Good, and then bring it to the side and try to keep the same height. So to be able to keep the same height, then we need to almost like lift the hip up. There you go, good. And then bring it back and align the hip. And then inhale and bring it to the side. Exhaling out. Tighten the glutes as the hips are aligned. And one more inhale. And exhale. Good, and then knee down. Sit on your heels and cross your arms. Forehead down. Breathe slowly. See if you can let go of the hold and the tension on the back. Completely relaxed. Supported by your thighs. Surrendering. Two more rounds of breath. Good, and then from there, inhaling and coming up. Sit on your heels and come back on that tabletop. Again, side of the pinky finger, fingertips, soften the elbows, spine is strong, and then left leg. With the tiptoes, so we can engage the glutes, the back muscles, and then point, inhaling, lifting up just to hip height. Don't come any higher. It's just when we when we bring the leg to the side, that's where, come to this side. It's when we need to lift up so we can have that rotation, yes? Okay, and then out, align the hips and both glutes nice and active. Good. And out to the side. And back to center and aligned. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Good, and then bend the knee and sit on your heels. Bring the palms together. Feel the heat on your palms, on your wrists. Relax the shoulders. Bring the gaze up with the eyes closed. Deep breath in and out. One more round of breath. Gently open your eyes. Okay, so now to rest the wrists, what we're going to do is we're going to rest the forearms and we're going to be moving a little bit more. So here you can do two positions, whichever one is easier for you. For some people, they feel stronger when the elbows and the wrists are straightened. Or some other people like to do this triangle and then hold it there. The only thing is that when we bring the index and the thumb together, sometimes we sink the shoulders down. So that's the most important thing. Whether you are in one position or the other, you need to be pushing and raise up with the shoulders. The upper back is active. And the fingertips also active. So there, as we inhale, we're going to bring the right leg out and then the left into like a low plank. Good, and then we bring the right knee down and then the left. Good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to inhale and bring the right leg, then the left, and then as we exhale, the right knee down and then the left, okay? So push with the elbows, look in between the hands, and when you're ready, core active, inhale right, keep inhaling left, exhale right, keep exhaling left. Again, inhale, exhale. If you feel that it's not that easy to keep the plank, then as you bring the big toes and the heels together, it's a little bit easier rather than hip width apart. You can take that variation as well. So when you're ready, we're going to do two more. Inhale, out, exhale, knee down. Knees. Good. Inhale and exhale. Good, and then sit back and stretch the arms away from you as much as you can in that hair position. First, crawling with the fingers away from you, and then rest the forehead down, but keep that stretch on the shoulders, on the sides of the upper body. And see if you can rest the spine again as much as possible to feel that stretch also all along the spine. The neck is soft. Good, and then inhaling, relax the arms and bring the arms to the sides. Shoulder level with the fingertips only. And then inhaling, coming to sit on your heels. Good, so see if we can raise the hips high, keep the arms there, nice and active, but make sure, again, you're not rounding. So keep the spine straight. And then inhaling, bring the leg all the way up, and then we lean forward. Bring the side of the face or the head on the mat. Good, and then bend the knee and bring it down. And now to the other side. So if it was challenging, then perhaps you can bring the head down first, and then inhaling, straighten, and then opening. But keep pushing with the arms. We need to keep the work on the arms. Arms straighten a little bit more. Good, and then align and bring the knee down. Good, and now bring the hands a little bit closer, like shoulder width apart. Soften the elbows. Good, and then from there, straighten the legs into that plank, and then bring the hips down. Into that up dog. Bring the thighs down, the toes pointing, shoulders back and down. Good, and then exhaling, downward facing dog, one step forward. Bring the hips to the back, relax the shoulders, holding that downward facing dog. Good, and then from there, inhaling and right leg all the way up, opening the hip, bending the knee. And look into the opposite side, under the armpit. And then inhaling, straighten the leg, aligning the hips, and lowering down. Okay, this is going to be a preparation for next week, okay? So the idea is that we start to become very comfortable in this position. We're not going to do it today, but the more, when we are here, let me just show you. When we are here in the three-legged dog, then again, in the same as the downward facing dog, if we are too forward, then it's not going to happen. We need to bring the weight back, have a good balance on the downward facing dog, and then we open the hip as much as possible, and we look to the opposite side. And then as we bend the knee, then what we're going to be doing is working towards this. Yeah, but for that, what we need to do is the weight need to be compensated. So what I want you to do today only is that when we are with the leg up, and then we bend the knee, then bring the weight back and look to the opposite side. Because as we look to the opposite side, then we are more balanced, yeah? So let's do it again with the right leg. And see if you feel any difference. So come to this side. So align first, tuck the toes under and downward facing dog. Bring the chest towards the thighs, soften the knees and feel comfortable there. And then inhale and bring the right leg up. And then open the hip, bring the leg to the back and bend the knee. And then from there, bring the chest a little bit more towards the thighs. Good, and then align, bring the leg down. And then the other one, inhaling, opening the hip, bending the knee, and looking to the opposite side. Good, and then align, bring the knee down, the foot and the knee. And then from there again, round the spine resting. And then the arms folded. The forehead is supported, the neck is soft. And then inhale, slowly coming up to sit on your heels. And now we're going to do the same similar thing, but with the forearms down, and see if that is any easier or a little bit more challenging. So let me just show you first. So we'll be inhaling. What we need to do is bring the hip open, bend the knee, and then what we do is that forearm that is down, then we straighten so we can come back. And then we could do this. Yeah? But if we try to do it from here and go back, then we're going to go bum. Yeah, it's the weight is going to go. We're not going to have any control. So we need to bring the weight to the other side, and then the movement is much of a flow, is much smoother. Okay, let's do it with the forearms. Bring the forearms down. Inhaling, straighten the right leg, and point, inhaling up. Good, and then straighten that arm, same as the leg that is there. Bend the knee, and then the head, looking to the side. Good. And then exhaling a line and bring it down. Good. And now forearm and elbow down, stomach in, inhaling, left leg out, and then point, lifting up, opening the hip as much as you can, and then straighten the arm and bring the chest closer, looking under the armpit, bend the knee, and then straighten and coming down. Good. And then from here, big toes touching, knees wide, Adho Mukha Virasana. Stretching as much as you can. Remember, if the aim here is to have an intense stretch on the upper body and a passive stretch on the hips and the lower part of the body. So if you can bring the chest towards the mat, then please do so. And then rather than the forehead down, you bring the chin. And even if the chest is not touching yet, that is our aim, to completely stretch. The hips are nice and wide and soft. One more round of breath. And then use your arms to bring you up to the sitting position. The knees now hip width apart, hands in front of you. Tuck the toes under and roll back your toes. Come on your tiptoes, as high as you can on the tiptoes, heels very high. Good. And then inhaling, keep the tiptoes and raising the hips. And then bring the heels down, forward fold. Good. And then slowly rounding the spine and coming up to standing. Roll the shoulders back and down. Find your gaze. And when you're ready to move, grab your blanket. We'll do Savasana together so that we can have a little bit of feedback afterwards. But for now, no matter what we've done, because the most important thing is that we are there, we are present, and that we're doing great. Now relax the body so we can relax the mind. And as we feel the body relaxing, treat that as self-love. Imagine that each inhalation is a wave of love towards you, to your body, to yourself, to your soul. And each exhalation brings balance and relaxes the body even more. Feeling at peace within your body. Feeling proud of yourself. Feeling happy. Feeling content. And when you find that comfortable position, just try to allow the breathing also to come and go freely. And stay there for a couple of minutes. Keeping the gaze up and the whole body relaxed. And from there, before you move, see if you can feel that prana running through your hands, your fingertips, feeling the warmth. Perhaps a little bit more than normal. maybe not. And then wiggle your toes and your fingers. Breathing deeply. Inhale and bring the feet together. And bend the knees one at a time. Lengthen the spine. Roll on your right side, keeping the eyes closed, the gaze up. The body still relaxed on that side. And with the next inhalation, use your arms to bring you up to a sitting position. Uplifted with the spine, with the neck. Inhale and bring the palms together, the level of the heart. Again, just pressing gently. Keep that gaze up. And we sing one Om together as a way of union and to feel the vibration of that healing frequency in your body. When you're ready, inhale. Inhale and exhale. And keeping the palms together with the next inhalation, bring the thumbs to the third eye as a reminder for the right thoughts. And exhale. Inhale and bring them closer to the mouth as a reminder for the right word, the right say. And exhale. And inhale and bring them closer to the heart center for the right feelings and compassion. And exhale. With a few blinks, open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if there was anything that was not very comfortable or anything that you want to share. Otherwise, I'll see you Monday.